Oh! Hope everybody's doing all right. So it is 50 degrees out here. Finally bearable to be outside. And I popped the hood on the Grand National. Now what I'm looking for today, I'm going to try to turn it by hand. See if it's free. See what it sounds like. And we'll just take it from there. All right, so right now you see me trying to turn that engine over by hand. My breaker bar is connected to the crankshaft bolt on the engine, and it's rocking the entire engine. Nothing is moving there. So at that point, I'm going to take off the air collector and try to pour Marvel Mystery Oil down those spark plug holes. But first, I did find the turbo nut on the other side of the throttle body, which is super weird, but at that point it just seemed like a sign of bad things to come. But not deterred, but this rat nest is something else. So before I even get it anywhere near the garage, I need to clear all of that up. So me and the shop vac got real friendly trying to scrape all of that stuff out of the way and get it out of there. It's so crazy what happens to a car when it sits for so long. But let me put you right here. Take a look at it together. And Marvel Mystery Oil really is one of those really cool things in a bottle. But you have to remove all the spark plug holes. And on this car, there's 6, one for each cylinder. What you're seeing right now was the spark plugs. They didn't look too bad, just a little dark. And once you get all the spark plugs out, then you pour this oil down the spark plug holes. And what this does is it's supposed to unstick the piston rings, and if that's where the binding is occurring, then you will be able to turn the engine over by hand, as long as there's nothing mechanically wrong. So you saw me do the 3 on the driver's side. The 3 on the passenger side is just a little bit tricky just because of the exhaust manifolds that you see right there on the screen. So it's nothing a universal swivel couldn't handle, but it could be worse. Getting all that good stuff out of there. All right, so I finally got the car in the garage. It's nice and toasty in here. I can get back to work. You guys saw me pour some Marvel Mystery Oil in the spark plug holes. So now I got it in here. Try to turn it over by hand a little bit more. No go, it's still not budging. So I'm going to take a look at the oil. A little bit low, but the car was up in the air. It was leaning. So let me get a true accurate reading, add some if need be, and hopefully we can get this motor to free up. Okay, let's see what we got. Ooh, that's pretty low. So we need to add at least a quart in there. So what I'm going to do is, instead of adding just straight oil, I'm going to add oil and hydraulic fluid as well, so I can hopefully free up that engine. So talk to you in the morning. All right, next day. been sitting for about, I guess it's technically night. It's been about 24 hours. Just been sitting behind me, haven't tried to touch it or anything yet. Take a quick look at the oil level, see what we're dealing with. Oh yeah, that's good. Hopefully that'll focus. But it's basically full. So let me put my bar on there and see if we can get it moving. Okay, so here goes round 2. I'm gonna do it pulling toward me since if I go the other way, I risk loosening the bolt that's on there. Okay, my impact. And basically if this bar moves, it means we're in a good spot. So what you may also look out for is seeing if the belt moves or if any of these other pulleys move too. That's a clear indication that we're getting somewhere. Here goes. Come on. Oh! It just moved. Oh, snap. Just heard some noises though. That wasn't good. Let me try putting on some safety glasses. This may not end well, but it don't. Here it goes again. Man. I know this motor isn't completely out of the woods yet, especially since I have oil leaking, but just the fact that this thing turns over is a feat in itself. It is turning somewhat easier, so I'll keep the breaker bar handy. But let me switch over to a ratchet, see if I can put. I thought that was like oil leaking out the side of a block or something, but it's just that mystery oil coming out of the cylinder, the spark plug holes. So best case scenario, turns over, it got easy. I'm pretty sure I made it all the way around one revolution without it jamming up or locking up on me. So I think at this point, I will throw in the spark plugs. Here's what the real next step is. I gotta disconnect the fuel, or make sure that none of that bad fuel is gonna get into the engine. There's some wires that are kind of fraying, so I want to make sure that those are properly taken care of, because if I put a battery to this thing, I don't want my house to burn down. I can reconnect all the things that I disconnected, but first, you guys remember that nut that I found on the throttle plate? I'm probably going to take the throttle body off just to inspect the turbo, make sure nothing else is living or not living down there. If all else looks good, I can probably push the car back outside, hook up the battery, make sure there's no smoke or fire or anything like that, and then we'll turn it over. I don't have the key to this thing. The guy I bought it from didn't have a key, so may just do like the screwdriver ignition trick or take the ignition apart. But I'm gonna have to clean out the interior. The interior is nasty, so probably should have done that before I brought it in here. But I had a chance to take a look at the wiring, and definitely signs that mice are around here. You definitely have some chewed out wires, broken ones, so on and so forth. So I'll be doing some cleaning up around this area, and then I can hop onto that body, take it off, peek in, see what's going on there, and hopefully we'll be a little bit closer to actually trying to turn this thing over. So let's see what we got. All right, so I got a good amount of wire repair done. Eliminated all the frayed wires. Had to add in some additional over here, cut out the bed. Replace that connector down there. Cover up everything. Put these back together. And for some odd reason, there's like this grease that's just been soaking in here, so I got it down in some acetone. Hopefully that can help break it up and not make the plastic too brittle. If not, I can always find one of these at a junkyard and splice what I got, but not too worried about making that 100%. Let me show you guys on the other side what I got. So I got that throttle body off. Of course, you're gonna have to replace all the rubber on that, but what I'm really interested in is making sure that the turbo looked fine and there wasn't that much shaft play. If you get real close, so we do have some like fin damage. Got some shaft play as well. Not, yeah, wow, look at that. Back and forth. In and out. Try to get that so you guys can see it well. And I'm pretty sure that that nut that we found here, it may be what goes on here. Maybe. Yeah, look at that. Found a home. So even if I were to tighten it, I'm not comfortable trying to run that for any long or any substantial amount of time. All right, so made some progress just cleaning up down in there. What you're seeing in the center of the screen is the other end of the PCV. Here goes the other side of that pipe there. So I'll take that off. Hopefully I'll be able to pluck that out. As you can see, there's a lot of dead signs of other life besides this motor running. So I'll continue chipping away at it, but I'm not seeing any other damaged wires. A bunch of vacuum leaks, of course, but getting closer and closer to a point where it may be comfortable to at least try to fire this up. So I'll continue taking a look around. I also got that nut torqued down. There is a good amount of axial play, but the compressor wheel does not actually touch the inside of the housing. So I'm gonna send it and hope for the best. So here I am, cleaning the last little bits before final reassembly. I just want to make sure nothing catches fire, so all of the nesting material that's just stuffed and stacked in there, really want to get that out so I can take a closer look and see what's going on while I try to start up the engine. But the big question right now is, will it start? And I am very nervous, very excited to hop into the next phase of this. So please guys, like, share, subscribe if this stuff really interests you. And looking forward to talking to you all in the next one.